What is up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be spectating random players in Fortnite Zero Build, going over what I think they do well, what they could do differently, and just the state of the game right now. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like. Subscribe if you like to see more, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything, it is EvolveJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. To be trying to go towards the Springfield Town Square here. Hopefully there's a good amount of people landing at this POI. And this player lands on a car and immediately drives away. Love it. Thank you. No, eliminate me. Thank you. Are we on board with Mr. Tall Man? Only have one weapon. Hopefully they get some shield out of here because they don't have any shield yet. They got shockwaves, which is good, but it sounds like they have somebody dashing near them. Okay. I think they should just keep looting here. Yeah, that fight is just like done and dusted. I think they need to keep looting their house. Early game this season is incredibly chaotic, and all the time you spend not really accomplishing anything is something that could definitely come back to bite you. And with how that fight sounded like it was playing out there, I didn't expect the enemy that was chasing that kill to have taken much damage, and the player was spectating still hadn't gotten shield yet, hadn't gotten a shotgun. So it's not like they were really going to be able to do anything with that third party anyways. Maybe now they could, but the timing is gone, and maybe they get this kill. GG's. Getting shot already though. I was gonna say the timing is gone. That player hasn't been fighting for a while now, and so if they approach this too brazenly, thinking they're just gonna have a free kill, it's something that could cost them. They get the kill, but now they're getting hopped on by another guy immediately, and that's just kind of early game this season. And they're dead. That was a perfect situation for the Ranger shotgun. The Ranger shotgun's main problem is that it only has one shell and then you have to reload. But with how this person was just playing the high ground on that roof, they were able to shoot and reload without ever being pressured by the other guy. Somebody else under them. This loadout this player has is incredibly... I don't know what the term would be for something that's not flexible. Because they have Ranger shotgun and infantry rifle, and so if everything goes their way all the time, it can work. But if an enemy's up in their face, pressuring them, I think they could lose quick. I think the enemy that's in this house is directly underneath them, all the way at the bottom. And I don't think you really want to be clearing this building with the Ranger shotgun. The TAC shotgun is something that's much better for that. The Ranger really thrives more in medium range. Kind of like the first fight he played, where he was able to shoot and then not have to deal with the enemy right away. They're not full health, and the burger restaurant at this POI does have a plate of burgers there, and so they could just go there and get guaranteed full health, but instead it seems like they might camp in this building. Fight going on that they thought about third partying. Getting shot by somebody else though. This is an AI, I think. Yeah, it was an AI, solos by 86. But the AI are nasty with the SMG sometimes. And then he's immediately getting hopped on by the person that was camping under his house and another guy that was in this POI at a car. And again, just early game this season is all timing. And that was why I was saying I didn't think him clearing that house was really that beneficial. I think if he just left and went to the burger place and got burgers and got full shield, that'd be better off for him. As soon as he fights an AI, he takes too much damage, and then he's just getting chain third-partied. And this is another AI, I think. Misses a shot with the Ranger shotgun. Again, it's an AI that works, but if he plays like that versus a human, it's not going to work. You don't want to be face-to-face with an enemy with the Ranger shotgun, and then just not swapping to anything either. It's that kill off timing. There was somebody else pressuring that guy, and I think they're somewhere... Okay, they're in that car. But I was going to say they're somewhere over there because of how they were standing. Tries to steal this enemy's car. The enemy has the Stonehead and Thunder shotgun. So if he... This is terrible for him. I was going to say if he uses his Ranger shotgun and hits this player's head and takes shotgun damage back for it, it's going to be terrible. I'm not the biggest fan of the Stonehead, especially for Zero Build. It can be helpful in some close range shotgun fights for sure, but the attention it draws to, I just don't think is worth this season, especially for how useful it is. But I feel like best case scenario for it would be a shotgun fight, and your opponent's ranger shot just does no damage because they were shooting the stone head. This is where like the stone head really isn't that helpful. Like that guy was able to shoot it off at mid-range without really, you know, taking much damage for it. Not like it really gave away his location there either, though. This person would have known he was here. There's no real ranged weapon. Enemy is shocking on him. He does have... Oh, shoot. I was going to say he does have a very good loadout for fighting close range. 12 health here. If the enemy has more shockwaves, the alien should 100% be dead. Car's going to blow up. Yep, GG's. I don't know why they took that fight with the compact SMG, though. Because being on the ground and spraying that guy on the roof at that range with the compact SMG, it's incredibly unlikely it goes your way. And then, like, even if he got damaged, I'm not sure what he was going to do with it, because there probably wasn't going to be that much. It's just, like, the risk-reward was heavily in the enemy's favor, especially having, like, an infantry rifle. And even though that alien had, like, a great close-range fighting setup with Thunder Shotgun and compact SMG, didn't matter because they're so far behind on health. You guys gonna stick with the slushies instead of the burgers for heals? The slushies, I feel like, are more of a movement item than a healing item. They only heal 25 and they take a decent amount of time to use. Like, it's not absurdly long, but it's I think it's like 2.5 seconds. Feels long every time I use it. And so if a fight goes poorly for this player, having only slushy for heals is gonna cost him if the enemy is able to keep pace with him. But since he has slushies and the shockwaves, I think the idea is that even if he doesn't have the greatest healing item, he's just going to be able to escape from anything, and then he'll find heals later on. But if an enemy is able to keep pace, or like while trying to run away, he runs into somebody else, it's going to be hard for this person to reset a fight. Should be a free kill here, though. They hit, like, I didn't see exactly how much damage they did because we didn't see damage numbers, but I'm pretty sure they broke this player's shield. They're behind him. Unfortunately, they don't get any shockwaves back from that. There's a Marge NPC behind him in Storm, so he could get the mythic compact SMG if he wanted, but probably not worth dealing with Storm, like going and taking Storm damage off it. There is Donut Rain happening over here, and the Donut Rain often leaves behind a lot of loot. And so if I was this player, I would really want to take advantage of that and hopefully get more shockwaves and maybe get a higher rarity shotgun. Like, sometimes you can get, like, all gold everything and full shocks off the Donut Rain. It's kind of crazy. Because the donuts drop chests with them. And, like, some of the donuts break other donuts that had chests on them. So you just end up with large piles of loot left behind. Oh, there's a gold pump. Nice. But you end up with, like, large amounts of loot left behind us. So donuts break other donuts. And then just extra chests to loot on the last few. He's gonna go ahead and leave. I think getting shockwaves from there, it's an incredibly high probability he gets some, and it would really benefit him since he only has 2. So I'm interested to see if lack of shockwaves end up griefing this player. And this is the stage of the video where they emote on this person who's spectating them, thinking that, you know, I'm some angry person they eliminated, when in reality I'm making a YouTube video. A car near him. I don't know he's here though. Fighting down. That might draw that car back though. This is actually very good. So I think a lot of people would have immediately started looking towards that fighting, but that fighting is going to draw this car back. So if he hyper fixates on that, then this car could get timing on him. And that car is more important than this fight because those people down there have like incredibly low chance of doing anything to him. Whereas the person up here in a car could capitalize on getting damaged. Like, they're more of an imminent threat. The person down there is splashing. After the battle bus car up there drove away, I would have been wanting to, like, go and get timing on that fight, though. And he still could have gotten timing if he went right to it. Interesting to see the difference in pace that this person is playing at. Because earlier on, I feel like they were playing incredibly fast-paced with, like, the 2 fights that we saw, them eliminating the alien and then the person after that. That they shot out of the air. But now they're playing incredibly slow. Which I think could definitely cost them. Like, obviously, you kind of have to play at the pace of the game. And when you have a zone this large with 3 enemies in it, like, not much happens. But he definitely could have like taken advantage of timing on those people fighting down there and maybe gotten a free kill and gotten that person out of the game. If you play too slow and too scared, sometimes it can cost you. Especially if you have opportunities to like get kills. Like worst case would be somebody that he could have gotten a free kill on gets to, you know, regroup and regain in this game and then ends up eliminating him later. Like taking people out when you can, I think is definitely helpful. One thing, oh, this is an enemy pushing him. One thing that's nice about him only having 2 shockwaves, not really nice about it, but like there's very few people left in this game, so there's not very many fights that are gonna happen. And so it's not as big of a problem as it would be if there's like several enemies live. This is his last shock. And this person, I don't know if they full get away, but they might. And now he has no more shockwaves. And that's what I was saying about the donut rain. Like, I think if he had looted that area, would have had more shockwaves, and it's not like he did anything with that time anyways, because he just chilled around this cliff and didn't push a third-party fight. Still may get this kill. I like his odds here. It's rough though. And that is the tac shotgun this season. He's gonna be relatively weak because he only has slushies for heals. But there should be a lot of loot down at Camp Krusty because there's also donut rain that happened there. So if I was in this player's shoes, I would want to go over towards Camp Krusty and hopefully find more heals that way. And it's where the zone is anyways. Almost losing that fight though is rough though. Like the tac is just so busted this season. Having 1 additional shockwave there, I think he like gets to pressure that enemy before they heal much, and that kill is just a little easier to get. I don't know why he's breaking this. Oh, the donuts themselves drop loot. I did not know that. Now you know. I guess that's why there's always huge piles of loot left behind. I thought it was just the donuts breaking the chests and stuff, but some of the donuts just have loot inside. I didn't hear like a chest or anything. But look at how much loot there is here for him to regain. That's why I was saying that like as soon as he had no heals remaining, it sucks, but it's not the biggest deal because there's always loot left behind by these donut rain. Like the donut rain being added to the game was actually really good update for just adding more loot to the map. That's a 1v1. This person has everything they should need to win the game, and so it really just comes down to timing. Especially with how lethal like the Mr. Blasty and like the infantry rifle is, or even the suppressed scar with like decent bloom. Whichever one of these players sees the other first, if they get good damage off it, they might just get the kill outright there, or what's it called? Get enough to where like it should be a very easy elimination from that point forward. And he is just chilling in the bush, but I don't even really blame him because of what I just said. Like, timing is the biggest factor in winning fights this season, I think. Or, like one of the biggest. And look at how large this zone is for one person, like, one other enemy. Just walking around in the zone doesn't even really increase your chances of finding them too much. But it does increase your chances of, like, getting griefed. Where's zone go? Probably just going to wait until zone forces them to rotate to leave. Because there really isn't much of a point in getting there first. Like, there's nothing of, like, high value in this zone that you really want to control. Look down at the bottom of the mountain and see if the guy's pulling up or something. But this is just kind of the pacing of the game this season. It's incredibly fast-paced off spawn typically. And then pretty much like once you've cleared your like off spawn POI, the game is incredibly slow. Especially in the end game. Down there, this is a player that was in that battle bus earlier. Now they know where each other are, luckily. I would want to be getting shots on this bus if I can, just to grief it. Because nothing's really happening in this time anyway, so you might as well get this car weak. That way, if you do get damage on the person and they get in it, you can like easily kill it later on. But he's not risking much by like shooting this bus, and the potential gain is good, even if he doesn't full destroy it. I would personally want to leave it weak. Oh, they're just leaving it. Okay. I was gonna say I would personally want to leave it weak. That way, they maybe get in it and I can blow it up on them and get damage. But yeah, destroying that car or getting the car weak without exposing yourself too much is definitely worth doing. And as I said, nothing was gonna happen in the zone anyways. It's just like how the end game goes this season. You could try to shockwave to that little cliff there and like hold the enemy from there. Zone did pull to the enemy. And it's going to be another zone or two, and then one of them is just going to hop on the other, and then it's going to be like a pretty just random 50-50. This is how so many end games go this season. Trying just to grief the cover. That broke the bush too. That's actually so helpful. This enemy has used 2 bushes. If they had a max stack, they probably have 2 more remaining. And so like breaking that rock and actually breaking the bush is so nice. You can see the enemy peeking through the bush there. I feel like, I don't know if like maybe he's on console or something and it looks different, but you can very clearly see the enemy in this bush. That little like black piece right there. That is the character. And it was even more obvious when he was higher up on the hill. It might look different on his end though, but getting that free damage would be nice. Especially with the Mr. Blasty pistol, like you don't have to be peeking too long, and the amount of damage you get is pretty good. Don't know if it would be something where I want to push into the bush and fight them afterwards, because the bushes are so chaotic, but maybe you do damage to that guy and they leave the bush, shockwave away, place another one, you get him to waste it. He ends up just shockwaving into the bush anyways and winning the fight. But yeah, I don't know why he didn't just take the free damage he could have gotten there and then done basically the same thing. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.